everybody, once again to Be Kind and Rewind with Ruckus, the BKRR Show on Premier Streaming Network. I'm your host, Mikey Ruckus. My co-host, who's finally promoted from being an assistant to my co-host, Keeping It Will in the building. Keeping It Will. I see you looking fresh there. You actually have a different hat on this week.
Yes, I'm doing great, man. I'm excited for this week.
Without further ado, we want to bring on a very special guest this week. It is none other than Big Trouble, Ben Bishop. Ben in the building. Ben, how you doing?
Couldn't get the full moniker there. The Earthquake and Pillars shaking, leader of the Meat Pop Express. One of the people come to see, made for TV. Old BT Double B. Mikey, Will, how are we doing? I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be here on Be Kind and Rewind. When you hit me up, I was elated. I couldn't wait to join and talk about my favorite movie of all time, and we'll get right to that in just a second. But gentlemen, thank you for having me. Happy to be here. Now the question is, how are you doing?
Dude, I'm actually doing great after that. That's the first time anybody's cut a promo on our show.
Oh, so, just thank you. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy.
We've had many guests on the show, and this is the first time someone cut a promo on the opening dialogue. So that's fantastic.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So we're going into 2002 from the movie this year, right?
Oh, yeah.
Very excited about discussing the movie this week, right? Ruckus, what are you thinking here?
Well, yeah, we got a lot actually lined up. We have the 2002 movie Rollerball that we'll be reviewing. A very special request from Ben Bishop himself. Right after Rollerball, we're going to go into Guess That Top 10. Keeping It Will is going to read off the top 10 100 chart songs from the week that Rollerball was released in 2002. From there, we're going to go into a little bit of pop culture 2002. After that, we're going to be talking about our WTF toy segment, which we have not sent Ben yet. Nope. We'll be talking about that when it comes up, and then we'll be going into Wacky Table Reads. Ooh. Ben has given us a list of movies to choose from. We have a couple of scenes, one from Billy Madison and another from Austin Powers, the International Man of Mystery. There we go. We got an action-packed show.
Sure do.
And we have to kick it off with the LL Cool J Chris Klein film, Rollerball.
So this movie, right? When I told my wife on Sunday, I said, "Hey, I'm doing this awesome podcast with these two great guys, and we got to watch Rollerball." It's about 10 a.m. on a Sunday, 10 a.m. And she goes, "What?" So I turn it on. I find it on the TV. I find out I didn't know where the heck it was going to be. So I get it, and she sees 3% on Rotten Tomatoes, and the first thing she says is, "This sucks." and her being a big Vanderpump Rules fan, and shamelessly I am too, she says, "Is that Tom Sandoval?" when she sees Chris Klein. Then she thought it was Keanu Reeves, and then I finally told her, no, it is one of the greatest actors of our generation, Chris Klein, one of the greatest movies at the turn of the century in 2002, Rollerball, February 8th, 2002. I went to see it in theaters, folks. I went to see that movie in theaters because I was supporting LL Cool J and Chris Klein in this movie, this remake, and also Paul Heyman, but we'll get to that. But yeah, 3% on Rotten Tomatoes, a little unfair. A couple other notes I wanted to make about this movie before we start. Rebecca Romaine Stamos was nominated for a Golden Raspberry Award for the Worst Supporting Actress in this movie. She really she got pretty buried by this movie. Folks, you can tell I'm excited. I'm going to save a little bit more for the fellas. They probably got some notes as well, but let's get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, Rollerball.
Goodness gracious. How do we even follow that up, Will?
Yeah, I mean, we weren't going to stop you. Keep going. I love it.
I can talk about this movie all day. The soundtrack, the lines, the quotes. What's his name? Who was the bad guy? Jean Reno.
Jean Reno.
What a bad guy. Who knows what he is? Is he French? Is he Russian?
Monsieur Marcel.
Oh, man.
Monsieur Marcel from Couples Retreat.
Yes. My God, what the performances in this movie were legendary, to say the least. And is that a good or bad way? I don't know which way we're skewing. But I cannot get enough. So
let me ask you this: what made you choose Rollerball? So I just to set it up, I had asked him. I said, "Hey, pick one of your favorite movies from yesteryear, your childhood when you were coming up. Which one? He said Rollerball. So what made you choose this movie?
So I'll tell you what I chose first. I said Big Trouble in Little China because that's what my whole wrestling persona is based off of, Jack Burton. But that came out in 88 and I was born in 90. So I'm like, you know what? If it's more of a pop culture thing, I'm not going to get any of the references from 88. So I just decided I wanted you guys to watch a truly horrible movie. And so I picked Rollerball.
He was trolling us.
He was
trolling us.
I wanted you guys to waste an hour and 35 minutes of your life to watch this movie. And so join me in my misery of having Rollerball.
We were going like, Ruckus goes, he's got to be trolling us, but you know,
I was like, bro, this movie's hot garbage.
So a steamy pile of dog. So a couple of notes real quick as Ben so elegantly already posted some of them. That was pretty awesome. It did come out February 8th, 2002. It had a budget of $70 million, opening weekend of $9 million, and a total gross worldwide of $25,852,000. Another couple of keynotes that Ben might already have, but I'll steal them from you. In watching the movie, you notice that Chris Klein has a very and you kind of alluded to this, very Keanu Reeves-esque type of mentality to him as he's in this movie. The funny thing was this movie was supposed to be a vehicle for Keanu Reeves. He said, nope, this is a steamy pile of dog shit, and I'm just going to go ahead and move on from it, right? Which was absolutely a good call. And, of course, as he mentioned, it was a remake from another movie starring James Caan. Mm-hmm. So Ruckus, we understand Ben's initial thing here, and I love it. Thank you. What was yours?
So I want to shout some things out because I wrote a few things down. I did notice UFC G1 Oleg Tektarov was in this movie. Mm-hmm. If you don't know who Oleg is, you go back and look at some of the early UFC fights like 1, 2, 3, and 4. His battles with Hoist Gracie, absolutely insane. He was like the UFC's Undertaker at the time. This guy would not quit. Amazing individual. I loved his fights, and I recognized him immediately as soon as I saw it. Jean Renault, yours and my favorite villain. My favorite part that he ever played was in Couples Retreat, Monsieur Marcel.
Mr. Marcel.
This exercise is about owning your body.
You are the jackass.
Please take off your pants.
You never know where he's from. Like it can be like 10, 15 different countries. You don't know exactly where the hell this guy. He can play a Russian. He can play a French guy. He can play a guy. He can play anybody. Kazakhstan. It doesn't matter. You don't. And know
he's always that. He's that guy. He's like, oh, I know that guy.
Exactly.
I know that guy. That's that guy.
Yep. So I'll tell you where he's actually from Beckley, West Virginia. A little known fact, right? So
you're joking.
Absolutely, I am.
I would have gave him all the Oscars now if he was from Beckley, West Virginia. Imagine Jean Renault coming out with some like ridiculous like mountain man accent, just as in his real voice. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be awesome.
Outstanding. I did notice that Andrew Brynjarski, the guy that played Latimer from The Program, The Program was one of my favorite movies of the 90s. So I instantly recognized that guy.
He was in every.
You paid attention to this more than anybody else. you really bought in. Don't say it's a bad movie.
But wait. So with the actual when the first match started, like I had no idea what was going on. I'm like, why is this happening? So this is what I wrote down about the game that I saw that was taking place. It looks like roller derby meets Robot Wars, trying to be that Friends game called Bamboozled in an arena that looks like the set of Crossfire.
Yes.
Filmed on the set of Duran Duran's Wild Boys video.
Ooh, what a description. No, that's perfect. I think you nailed it. Well, you know that it was in the movie, one of the best quotes of the movie. And Paul Heyman, when they didn't even give him a name in the movie. He was English sports announcer, Paul Heyman. And he said, I don't even know the rules because they're all in Russian. And then did you pick up when the Chinese sports announcer, it's simple, about as simple as using a name brand condom. Did you catch that quote?
No, I didn't.
It was in Chinese, but it was
okay.
The subtitles on what it said. And I remember Paul Heyman shot him a look. But the corporate synergy that Rollerball had with these sponsors nonstop. That was pretty revolutionary.
Yeah.
I'd say. I'd say they were on top of it. They must have been raking in the dough with these corporate sponsorships.
And they were all pissed off at the end.
Oh yeah, they were all mad. It shows just us as a what a microcosm of society that Rollerball was. That we want to see is gore and people getting their heads bashed in with shot puts.
I was going to say, it really looks like a drawn out game of shot put.
That's it.
With motorcycles. Right.
And of course, Chris Klein's character, of course, he was an NHL dropout and
number one pick.
He was the number one pick. And he's like, I think I got a shot this year, brother. And I got a shot. Come over with me to Kazakhstan and play this game for a bunch of mobsters and miners sitting here.
I liked how it started with him, he's racing that guy, that luge downhill race, right? Where the guy he's racing is all kitted out, got the great gear on. He's just got like a gray sweatpants and going down
and a t-shirt and
a t-shirt, and then all of a sudden LL Cool J just comes out of nowhere and snags him up, and it wasn't like a Porsche or something like that.
Oh yeah, of course it was.
Wait, what?
Of course it was. Did we count how many lip smacks LL Cool J had? How many times he licked his lips? I didn't.
It was 47.
47. That makes sense. It's actually low.
Which is actually how many times the word was in the hot dog song from Chocolate Starfish and Hot Dog Flavored Water. I got triggered from a tweet from that today, by the way. That's how I
Wait, what?
You had that on your mind.
What are you talking about?
So somebody shared a picture of the Chocolate Starfish Hot Dog Flavored Water album cover. It says 23 years ago. And it said, name something that you remember about this album. And it triggered. I used to run a photography studio 23 years ago, and I had that album in the CD changer, and it was set to random. And I had a studio full of moms and kids.
Nice.
And that hot dog song came on, which said like 47 times. And it was hard.
Amazing.
So yes, this is how my brain works. It connects all this different stuff. Kind of like what I started recasting the film as I was watching it.
Okay.
Like I took Paul Heyman out and put Bob Uecker in there from Major League.
Whew.
To try to see what that would sound like.
Bob Uecker from Major League.
I don't know what the hell's going on. A bit outside. When he hits the guy in the face.
The good side of it. Honestly, I thought he added to the movie. I mean, what little there was.
No, he did. But
I think he was the overall bright spot of the movie. Can we talk about how bad Rebecca Romaine Stamos' accent was too, and how just truly, truly horrible? I think I had a note here that she was actually worst female fake accent. She got the award for that year. In the Raspberry Awards. Yeah.
It was it was like, and I actually caught myself like, is she like, what is she? And I couldn't remember.
Exactly.
What
you don't know what anybody is in this
because
movie.
it doesn't make any sense. And they even had LL Cool J speaking Russian at one point.
Yeah, of course they did. This movie was so 2002 though, when what a weird time for pop culture 2002 was. It's like nobody really knew who they were. We were coming off the 90s. There's the post Y2K era. And everyone's like the pop culture, the music, the TV, the movies. The majority of them are pretty garbage. Back in a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, and we're going to go through some of that in a second.
No,
you're going to be amazed at it.
I can't wait.
So real quick, as we start winding down for this one, I just want to get honest opinion, Ben. We know you trolled us, right? Which, by the way, might be the greatest thing that's ever happened on this show. And
absolutely.
I thank you for it. And the funny thing was, me and Ruckus even had a conversation behind the scenes going, should we go after him about changing this movie? Right?
That's a man. If we were friends if we'd known each other for a long time, he'd probably get massacred on the show. We're not going to do that.
But that's what makes it even better. You know what? I'm a big fan of Punch First, and you, my friend, Punch First, and I thank you for it. I celebrate you for that.
Yes.
That is amazing.
Chick stick offense. Let me tell you, I'm coming right out the gates, boys. Coming right out the gates.
Anything you'd like to say about this movie to put a bow on it?
I want one of the better quotes I saw. These came from Time Out's Trevor Johnson, described it as a checklist shaped by a 15-year-old mall rat thrashing metal tracks, skateboards, motorbikes, cracked heads, and Rebecca Romaine Stamos with her top off. I don't think there's a better description of this movie. That is perfect.
That's fantastic. I love it.
It's just bad dialogue surrounding horrible thrash. I shouldn't say horrible because I have a Slipknot t-shirt behind here, but it's just real rough thrash metal. Some good hits though. Rob Zombie, Slipknot.
Yeah.
But man, this was 2002. This movie summed up 2002 for me.
And Pink was a singer at the beginning of that, right?
Pink she was in it.
She was lip syncing that.
Yep.
So funny you bring up Rebecca Romaine. She was actually supposed to have a nude scene in this, like a lovemaking scene. And she said, I'm not doing it, and you have to put a scar on me, because she wanted this to be her breakout role, right? This was going to be the one. Yeah. So it killed Chris Klein's career. He had to be Dusty. What was the guy's name from Just Friends?
Oh, yeah.
Dusty, I know who you're talking about.
And he came out with the album just simply Dusty. But anyway, he did movies like that, which was a good movie, but very small part.
Because
some degrees.
Because he was, I mean, to be honest, he had American Pie.
Yeah.
You know, so that was big. That was big, obviously. And then after this, you're right, man.
Yeah, it's like they have an idea of where his trajectory is going to go, and one bad move, like one bad movie, and that's it.
Killed it. And this was, if you look at it, like I said, he had American Pie. He had Election, which was by the way, it's Dusty Dinkelman was his name.
Dusty Dinkelman.
And yeah, he was going to be the next one. And he still he just never rebounded from it.
No, he sure didn't. Oh my God, I'm going through this list. He had Just Friends, which was fine. But then
it just fizzled out at that point.
Then it was just like TV shows, American Dad, the Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li, another awesome movie. That was real good too. Doing voiceovers in video games. Like, oh my God, it killed Chris Klein.
It destroyed him. And like I said, he was he came out of the gate with American Pie and Election, right? Then he did Here on Earth. I don't know if you know that, but it's like a teen romantic movie. Really, actually good movie. And then American Pie 2, and then Rollerball was his breakout. He was supposed to combine that with We Were Soldiers, and that was going to launch him into leading man status. It launched him into solo man status.
Oh, it launched him right into the sun.
Yeah, he's down that.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, it affected a lot of people, actually. The director as well. Like, he didn't do much after that either.
Oh, well, the director got arrested.
Did he?
You know that?
No.
What? Tell us.
In 2013, director John McTiernan was sent to federal prison for making a false statement to an FBI investigator about the hiring of the private investigator to illegally wiretap the producer of this movie.
Oh my God!
It was doomed to begin with.
Oh my God! It was so bad. People went to federal prison.
God!
And that was 2 years before this movie came out. He was wiretapping this guy. So everything you saw in the movie, how corrupt everything was, even behind the scenes of this movie was corrupt. You have wiretapping each other. Guys going to federal prison because of this absolute piece of pile of garbage.
Yeah, and I guess his wife, God. I'm looking at it right here, his wife filed a suit against him as well. Like there was a lawsuit, right?
It ruined his life.
Because he wiretapped her phone as well while they were going through divorce procedures.
Oh my God! I wonder if the producer and his wife were together. Man, that's so great.
Keeping it Will, I have to say that this has got to be the greatest pick of all time. It has to be.
I would agree.
Oh, yeah.
Ben, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You have made us all better people tonight.
I know.
And here I was thinking the best part of the whole movie was when the reporter had asked LL Cool J if his mom was a crack whore. And he said, no, she's a pediatrician. And then they laugh, and then the subtitle on the TV says, yes, it's true.
How about the lies when they killed LL Cool J and they shot him and they were like, where is he? I got malaria and an archaeological dig.
He got malaria.
An archaeological dig.
I actually thought the best part of this movie was when the credits came up. I was like, God bless America. I'm good.
You could see who was in it and go watch their other material.
So I could write them all letters, strongly worded letters about dog if they were.
I'm going to write a strongly worded letter.
I'll send it to a federal prison. Send it to Alcatraz.
You know what? We should write him a letter from the show telling him we reviewed this and how much we thoroughly enjoyed it. You know what? I'm going to write a letter on our behalf, okay?
John McTiernan. Let's see if we get him on the pod. Get him on the pod. See if he
Yeah. The phone. We'll have to do a phone-in interview from behind the glass. We got the microphone to the phone.
Oh, Billy.
Billy.
Oh God.
All right.
What a mess. What an incoherent mess this was.
This was great. So that was Rollerball, friends, from 2002. Great movie. Ben,
was.
you did an amazing job. Thank you. And as we always do on this show, we go through the top 10 songs of that week of this movie coming out. So here it's real easy, right? So I'm going to tell you what the song title was and who sang it, and you and Ruckus have to sing the song and see who knows what. Are you ready for this?
2002 was a developmental year for me, so I know this is this is meant. Oh yeah, no, I took a quick look. I'll spoil it. I took a quick look, and I was like, oh, this is easy.
He took you spoiled it.
I took a no. I didn't look at any of the lyrics. I just wanted to take a quick look and see. Give it a look, and no, I was like,
it's like when you get your presents for Christmas and you have to go shake the boxes.
I shook the box a little bit. Yeah, I shook the box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Another good movie.
All right, so let's get this started. Number 10, "Ain't It Funny" by Jennifer Lopez, featuring
not a good
Ja Rule.
Ain't it funny?
Oh
Ain't
God,
it
I actually
I don't remember that one.
I think I totally forgot this one. Wow, I'm already stopped. Wow, horrible.
So I believe it was something like, it was Ja Rule, like, da-da,
baby, it's murder.
Baby. That's any Ja Rule song.
That's when he's not ripping people off on festivals. But anyway, I digest. Number 9.
Number 9.
"Hey Baby" by No Doubt, featuring the Bounty Killer.
Hey baby,
hey baby, hey girl say, boys say, or boys say. Hey,
we're progressive here. How do you want to roll it out?
Hey baby, babe. In 2002, what a year for music, huh?
God bless.
That was number 9.
That was number 9. Number 8, "Wherever You Will Go" by The Call.
Wherever you will go in a line.
You got it?
And down low.
wherever you will go.
Run away with my heart. Yep.
Holy shit.
Yep.
All right. Number 7.
I got it.
This was Ruckus's theme song this year. "A Woman's Worth" by Alicia Keys.
Oh, you go ahead. I'm gonna give you the floor, bud.
That was his jam.
A Woman's Worth. I don't remember that one.
But
I remember a bunch of Alicia Keys songs. I don't remember that one.
I actually love Alicia Keys, so I'm not gonna-
Okay, your turn. You sing it, Will.
Yeah, go ahead. Come on, Will.
I don't know that one. I don't know that one. So number 6, "Get the Party Started" by Pink.
The party started on a Saturday night. Everybody's to me to arrive.
I'm coming up, so you better get the party started.
I'm coming up, I'm coming.
Yup. Of course, that last line was in there for a reason. For all these preteen boys.
Yeah.
Boing.
That was actually the first. That was the first time I heard a song debut on the radio, and it was so good that they played it again right back to back, and they never do that with corporate radio.
Really?
That song, and that was a huge hit.
It was a huge hit, yeah. Another huge hit, number 5, "In the End" by Linkin Park.
In the end, it doesn't even matter. I got so far and got so far.
One thing, I don't know why.
Yeah,
doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed the
yourself out.
Rolling in my station wagon. All right,
what the hell?
Number 4. I absolutely love this song. I will listen to it to this day. I have no shame. "My Sacrifice."
Oh my God. They roll together sometimes. I'm like,
is that
"When You Are With Me, I'm Free,
I'm careless,
I believe
under the other will fly.
It brings tears
to my eyes, my sacrifice." Remember, now this one, This one, if you met, the reason I like all this music is really because it was all like the themes of WWE pay-per-views back then.
It was
like the theme to like it was like
Yeah.
My Sacrifice and those were My Way with Limp Bizkit in 2001. But oh man, yeah, that's how I found all these bands.
They actually had a Creed song that they did for a promo one time. We are rusted and weathered. That promo is right up there with My Way.
My Way. No, everyone remembers My Way. That was the best video. That was the best.
Best lead up of
Oh my God.
How could you? Yeah, that they should have got an Emmy for that one.
They really
All right. Number 3. We have a repeat offender on this list.
Oh, shit.
Ja Rule featuring Ashanti. Always on time.
Always on time. I
I'm
gave
always
you
there, you call.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always on time.
That's right.
Gave you the same Ja Rule. So, it doesn't matter what song it is. Oh baby.
Eminem dropped a diss track on him and basically called him out for that. It says that he keeps copying different rappers to try to stay
Who did?
relevant. Eminem, number 2. This band gets a lot of flack, but I really think that they're a good
I know
band.
where you're coming from.
And they millions and millions of records. Everyone likes their songs. Just got popular and make fun of them, but really they're a great band. And in 2008. They helped me buy a house in 2008. So they will always be special to me. How you remind
I'm gonna
me
guess. Oh,
by
never mind.
Nickelback.
I was gonna say it's got to be Nickelback.
Never made it as a wise man. Never cut it as a poor man stealing. And this
Tell him
is
no
how
blind
you
man.
remind me of what I really am. This is how you remind me of what I really am. Take it, Will.
Sound like me for thee. Don't know the words. But I'm sorry.
This time I just take it. No matter how hard we'll make it. And I've been wrong. I've been down
to the bottom of every bottle.
Yep. I was waiting for you to call that one out.
People that are just listening to this are like, what the hell?
They turned it off at this point. It's totally off.
All right.
Fast forward.
Number 1. 5 weeks at number 1 already.
2002.
Another slow jam for you and your boo. You Got It Bad by Usher.
You got it bad.
When you're all alone, ain't hang up, but you call right back.
That's all I know of the song.
You got it bad. When you miss a date, life's on track. Yeah, my wife's probably yelling at me like the lyrics from downstairs right now. I looked. That's an amazing top 10. I looked at the wrong week. I looked at the week after, and I thought we were gonna get Whenever, Wherever by Shakira on it too.
Whenever.
7 days, and then they're gonna be together. That's 7 Days by Craig David.
So some interesting facts of pop culture. See if you guys remember these. You can stop me at any point, okay, if you want to discuss certain ones. But in 2002, we had Bennifer. Everybody knows that they swept the nation that year. Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears broke up, and it gave us the album that Justin put out. I believe it was
Cry me a river.
That he completely slayed her. Halle Berry wins Best Actress at the Oscars, and that was the same year that Denzel won. And I remember the local newspaper, and Ruckus, you might remember this. The local newspaper, in caps, it says "Blacks win Oscars."
Jesus Christ.
Again, so 2002.
We're like, wait, there's no way that this is real.
Wow.
But low-rise jeans were a big fad back then. It also, 2002, gave us Spider-Man, young Tobey Maguire. It also gave us the Eminem Show by Eminem, which was a massive, massive hit. As we look at retro TV, we had The Wire. Have you seen The Wire, Ben?
Oh, yes, I have seen. I saw the first season. I used to live in Baltimore. I lived in Baltimore for 4 years. So I knew a lot of the places The Wire was filmed. I didn't go to them very often, but I know a few of the spots that The Wire was filmed. One of the all-time great shows.
Could you imagine? Ruckus, have you seen The Wire?
I haven't. It was on my wall at Blockbuster, and I never watched it.
Yeah. Absolutely watch it. And for 2002, it was also the year that PlayStation slashed its prices in half to compete with the likes of Nintendo, Sega, and Microsoft, right? Because they were having softening sales.
Yeah.
And it then went on to become the most selling video game unit of all time.
Was that PlayStation 1 or 2?
PS2.
Yeah.
PS2, that's right.
PS2.
It was. Yeah, that was my favorite. Again, like 12. I was 12 years old then, so that's like the ultimate like development years. Just so all the kids that are watching, just so everyone knows, Bennifer is basically like Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. If that's what they
Ben
were.
Affleck, Jennifer
That's a good way
Lopez.
of putting it.
Yeah. So just if you weren't born then and you wanted to know, that's what I'm going to compare it to. That's how relevant they were.
We have Bennifer Part 2 now, though.
We do.
They got married.
And isn't it amazing how miserable he looks at every picture?
I was going to say he looks absolutely miserable with his life.
He is the prototypical. And I'm being from the Northeast. He's the prototypical guy from Boston. He's always got a cig. He's always got a coffee. He always looks miserable. Always has a 5 o'clock shadow. He is Boston to a T. To a T.
Yeah, he's Batman to me. So like Ben Affleck can do no wrong. Plus, he was the bombs in Phantom, yo.
He's your Batman. He's your Batman.
Absolutely, not even a question. Like I'm a
I
huge.
thought you
Batman
said you like
fan.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I do like Robert Pattinson, but when it
I
comes
thought you
to
said you like George Clooney.
I did like Clooney.
I like Kilmer was my Batman.
I loved Kilmer. Kilmer was my favorite one up till then. I don't know if you're trolling that, but I did love.
No, I swear. Because again, I was young. I loved Kilmer.
How old were you when? So you remember
90.
when Forever came out? Batman Forever?
Yes. I think that was 96, 97?
95. 95.
I watched it religiously when I was a kid. So yeah, I was 5 then, but I remember watching. This is funny. I always say this because my niece and nephew, like, it's like we can't have certain things on in the house. It's always like the Paw Patrols and the all these kids shows, Bluey and that type
Bluey,
of stuff.
yeah.
But like I'm like, when I was a kid, when I was like 8, 9 years old, I was watching Wayne's World, Austin Powers, like I shagged me. Yeah. I'm like, I didn't know what the shag meant. No, but I didn't know in Wayne's World when they said swing what they were talking about. I just found it funny.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. So I'm watching all that stuff, and I think I turned out somewhat okay, even though I like rollerball. Maybe that's my biggest thing. But yeah, no, I think the kids these days, throw. I was watching Simpsons all the time, Family Guy. I think you got to throw that on for the kids. Why not? Let them grow up a little bit. Teach them.
Let them enjoy it. And then last but not least, for 2002, that was the year that gave us, it first aired on June 11th of 2002, was American Idol, which gave us the likes of Jennifer Hudson, Adam Lambert, Kelly Clarkson, and that country girl. I forget what her name is.
Carrie Underwood.
There you go.
Carrie Underwood.
Don't forget about Bo Bice. Don't forget about Clay Aiken. Don't forget about Ruben Studdard.
Ruben Studdard.
Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Who else?
Early days.
Bikini Girl.
Taylor Hicks.
If you remember Bikini Girl.
Taylor Hicks was.
David Cook and Chris Daughtry.
Yes, Chris Daughtry. Yes,
Chris Daughtry. Yep. I would say
David
he's
Cook.
probably.
I remember David Cook.
Yeah, David Cook. So who do you think, since we're talking about this, I think this is a great question. Who is the best person to ever come out of American Idol? So
are we saying objectively or subjectively?
Whichever you feel most comfortable with.
I would say objectively, it's probably going to be Carrie Underwood. Okay. I think she would be the best when it comes to overall success. But for me, I'm going my guy Clay Aiken. I think the song what was it? Invisible in Your Room, about him just sitting in someone's room watching him. I think that was a hit. And then Ruben Studdard's a close second with Sorry 2004. But I think they were underrated. I don't think they got a fair shake.
So if you look at it through there, Carrie holds the top spot with a net worth of $140 million. Mm-hmm. She's the most profitable and has won 7 Grammy Awards as well. So yeah, I would say you're in there. Ruckus?
So I didn't watch all of the seasons. I started watching them when Mrs. Ruckus and I got together, which was in 2009. They weren't winners, but the most talent that I saw that I was most impressed with was Crystal Bowersox. And
I remember.
And the guy's name was Casey. I don't remember his last name, but he looked like Seth Rogen, and he played an upright bass. And one more, and I have to throw this one out there because she actually sang on one of the tracks on my album. Her name is Tristan McIntosh.
Tristan McIntosh.
She was she was a finalist, I want to say season 16.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan McIntosh, she was very young when she performed there, but she actually sings a hook on my song No Control on the Bring the Ruckus album, which is Michael Oku's entrance theme for Revolution Pro Wrestling.
All right. Wow.
Well, how'd you get her? Did you just email her? Or?
No. So I was working with a guy by the name of Matt Dice, who played in a band called All That Remains. And we were just kicking around some different ideas because I needed a powerful female singer. And he was like, I got one for you. And she lived like 2 houses down from him in Nashville. So she came over and she crushed that hook like out of nowhere. She just she wrote the hook in a day and recorded every part of it. And I was absolutely blown away. And it's a major staple in my album.
That's
release.
pretty cool. What a fun fact that is.
That is really cool.
You forgot about one more too.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Will, if you were going to say it.
No, please.
No, you say yours because you're going to say yours.
Well, I was just going to say we actually had a guy from our hometown, Richmond, Virginia, what was his name? Elliot
Yamin.
Elliot
Yamin. I remember him. He was on American Idol.
I think he ended up maybe fourth.
I was
going to say there was one we forgot. Fantasia.
Oh,
Fantasia.
Yes. Yeah. All right. I think that's we've never went down that rabbit hole because we've never talked about American Idol, but that was actually kind of cool. We went back a lot of years.
Mrs. Ruckus would probably be pissed that she wasn't allowed to be in this conversation.
Man.
But
no,
we'll have to get the director's cut. She'll have to come in and tell us how wrong we are about everything we just said.
It's like a smash cut right now. First of all,
these three are morons.
Alternate ending. Now, Ben.
Yes.
So we're big here on pop culture, right? Mm-hmm. We love all things, right? Collectible as well. Ruckus is a huge Transformers fan, right?
So am I.
He collects a lot of Transformers. I'm obviously a huge Batman fan, right? Love toys, love living through her childhood as an adult, right? But every now and then, Ben, somebody makes a toy and you're like, what the fuck? Okay.
I'm sending it to him right now.
And we're about to send you a toy right now that we would like for you to pull up. And then we would like for you to give us your thoughts on this toy. We Twitter or?
I'm going to email it to you.
Email it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let me pull up the email. So before it's sent, I had an in with toys because my aunt was like a senior salesperson at Hasbro in Rhode Island.
Wow.
So I had all the small soldiers were my favorite when I was a kid at that time. I had all the small soldiers toys. Let's see what we got. Let's see when it pops up here. But yeah, no, I had the in with all the Star Wars toys too. I had all of them. I had everything. It was amazing. When I had to get rid of them finally because I grew up a bit. Will, no offense. I got real sad.
Looking at this, give the audience. Remember that they can't see this right now, so give them what you're seeing. What do you feel?
We went over this a bit. That this was a big pop culture point of no, I wouldn't say point of contention, but it was big in pop culture at this time. This action figure that we have on screen here that I'm looking at, and is it? What does he have in his hand? What the hell is that? It looks.
It's exactly what you think.
We'll go. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to, like I said, when Pink said I'm coming. Yeah, I think that was my man Spidey shooting ropes over here like Peter North in 1970.
Oh my God.
Oh, buddy. Who thought this was, you know what, again, 2002, the fact that this toy can come out with Spider-Man with just 2 huge loads in his hands. And the fact that this was sanctioned, and who made this? It couldn't have been Hasbro. Oh, I wouldn't.
It had to be LG.
Mattel.
They needed the money. They needed the money.
And they knew what the hell was selling. There's got a lot of freaks out there that probably love this shit. They were real excited for this.
So just to give everybody a little understanding, this is an action figure of Spider-Man. He is standing And in his right hand, he has what looks to be considered, maybe you might think of as an icicle. But when you look at his left hand, it is perched down as if he is pleasuring himself with a clear stream shooting from the
It looks like he's
midsection
finishing.
area.
He's
finishing.
He's climaxing. Yeah.
Well, so this is called, just so you all know, this is called the Money Shot Spider-Man.
The money.
And it was released in 2022. So
Vivid Entertainment Spider-Man.
Vivid Entertainment. This is not your daddy Spider-Man. I'll tell you that right now. So Ben, I'm glad you got to enjoy this. Why was this ever made? Ruckus, what were your reaction when I sent this to you?
It was like, oh, okay, here we go.
This is really happening.
He's sliding down a water hose stream backwards.
Man.
And he broke half of it off, and it's in his other hand.
Spider-Man drops 2 loads, right? He's a web slinger. He's going.
Yeah, you better believe it.
His
man.
web fluid is super sticky. He's like, damn it.
Oh, my God.
That's what he's doing. Like, and he's in action going, damn it.
It's just stuck to his hand.
And this is a great thing. I want you to know, Ben, that I've been saving this one. This is a big one. I've been saving this for the right guest, and you, my friend, are that guest. I hope you enjoyed it.
I feel honored. Just like I hope you enjoyed Rollerball. That was my gift. That was my gift back to you.
Hey everyone, this is Mikey Ruckus here to tell you about a brand new segment coming to the BKRR Show, Beat the Ruckus, where you send in your nostalgia questions to see if I know them, which I probably don't. And if you beat the Ruckus, you win a prize. You can send your questions into the email thebkrrshow@gmail.com with the subject line, Beat the Ruckus. Good luck.
Well, that brings us up through the toys, and I guess now we're here for the main event feature, right, Ruckus?
We are at the segment of Wacky Table Reads. Right. Guys, if you've been following us all along, you know exactly what the premise is. Those of you who are new to the BKRR show and what we do here, we have a segment called Wacky Table Reads where our guests will send us a handful of movies, a handful of their favorite comedies. Keeping It Will and I will choose scenes from 2 of those comedies, excuse me, and we will do a complete cold scene read on these chosen. Now, let me preface this by saying there has been absolutely no rehearsal on the part of myself, Keeping It Will, or Big Trouble, Ben Bishop. Ben just got these scripts today. He just got these clips today. So, as we always do, and as we always say, whatever happens, happens. So the first one up, we have the movie Billy Madison, starring Adam Sandler.
All right.
And just to kind of set the premise here, Billy is being told by his dad that his dad is retiring and he's giving up the family business. And he's turning it over to, I'm drawing a blank on his name. Carl.
No, Eric.
Yes.
Eric.
Yeah, Eric. He's turning it over to Eric, and Billy doesn't want him to. Billy wants to take over the family business. So they have a little bit of a back and forth on how this is going to work because Billy has a plan. Nobody thinks that he can execute the plan, but he is up for the challenge. So playing the role of Eric and Carl and narrating, multitasking, and this will be Keeping It Will. I will be playing the role of Brian Madison, Billy Madison's dad. Mm-hmm. And Billy Madison will be played by Ben Bishop.
Right. Oh, I mean, see if he's from New England. Let's see if I can get it. I mean, see if I can get his voice right. I'm gonna do my best here.
I should have tried. I should have done the full name to see if I could do Billy Madison, played by Big Trouble Ben Bishop.
There you go.
Say that 5 times fast.
Big Trouble. That's the reason I have it. Get people tongue tied. They'll remember it.
Now, real quick, Ben, you gave us some ideas of what you want to do, right? Yeah. So I'm assuming you're a Adam Sandler fan. Is that correct?
The Billy Madison when I was a kid was my favorite comedy, bar none. This movie had me rolling when I was like 7, 8 years old.
We had a big discussion last week on the best Adam Sandler movies. Give me your top 3 Adam Sandler movies.
Oh, top 3. Billy Madison, number 1. Happy Gilmore, number 2. And number 3, it's tough. It's really, honestly tough. But I'd probably have to go with Big Daddy, number 3. But man, Little Nicky's right there though too. Little Nicky's right there.
I didn't think we even said that one last week.
Little Nicky. Go watch Little Nicky again. Go watch
Love it
because it is unbelievable. You forget. Oh, Wedding Singer too. Forgot about Wedding Singer.
Love Wedding Singer.
Real good.
Release the goodness.
We're looking like Table 9 right now. Believe me. It says Table 9.
Wow.
That is amazing. All right. Well, Ruckus, let's get this going, man.
All right. Real quick before we begin, guys, anything that's in green highlights is an action. Anything in yellow is the narrator speaking. Without further ado, we're gonna hit the scene. Billy Madison. Billy challenges his dad to take over the family business. Keeping it Willie, you ready?
Ready.
Big Trouble Ben Bishop, you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, scene. Billy, could you step in here for a moment? I've got big news.
Eric, he's pregnant? Congratulations! Oh, feel those kicks. He's going to be a soccer player. He is. He is. All right, what's up?
I had to face some hard truths tonight, Billy.
Dad, do we have to do this with Captain Dipshit here?
Dude, you sound like Adam Sandler. Sorry. You were brought up with every advantage. I bought you everything. Toys, cars, vacations, clothes.
Actually, I stole this shirt from Frank.
Yeah, well, whatever. It's all my fault. I made a mistake, you see?
Billy lifts his shirt up to show everyone in the room that Frank's name is written on the inside.
Oh, I had a Frank duct tape ready to go. Ready to go. Oh, it's...
Wait, do you have it? All right.
Yeah,
wait,
hold on.
We can go back to post.
We'll edit it out.
It's
read the narrator line again.
Do you have it on the shirt? You ready?
No, I don't. I don't have it.
You lost it. Okay.
I lost it.
Maybe we'll edit it. All right. So I'll go back to the narration.
Just put Frank right here.
Yeah, there you go. All right, ready? One,
all right.
3, 2, 1, scene.
3. Billy lifts his shirt up to show everyone in the room that Frank's name is written on the inside.
Are you some kind of damn moron? I mean, can't you just stop for 2 seconds? I'm trying to tell you that I'm retiring, and Eric, not you, is going to take over Madison Hotels.
Eric? You're going to give the company to Eric? He's a bad, bad man.
What do you care, Billy? Well, what do you care who I appoint to run the company, huh? I mean, I'm doing you a favor. You don't ever have to look for a job.
Yeah. Now you can sit around here all day goofing off and sipping drinks and chasing invisible penguins.
Is that it, Dad? Did the penguin tell you to do this?
Penguin?
What an idiot. You know, I could help Billy until he gets the hang of it.
I think Crazy Carly's right. I mean, I can do this if I set my mind to it. High school was a pain in the ass, but I graduated.
You graduated because I paid your teachers to give you decent grades, and I've regretted it every day since then. I thought at that time that if you could get good grades, you might get into a good college and straighten yourself out.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Well, what do you believe? That you're an honor student? How could I hand over to my company to someone who couldn't even get through school on his own?
I don't know. Don't think about it. Just hand it over.
Forget it. Listen, don't you think you better go up to bed? Big day tomorrow, like a day full of daiquiris and Nintendo and jack-off magazines.
Brian turns and heads up the stairs. Billy chases him down to continue the conversation.
Dad!
Yeah, what?
Give me one more chance. I'll prove I can take over. I'll do anything it takes. I'll go back to high school. I'll take the exams again, and I'll get a diploma all by myself.
Billy, it wasn't just high school. Remember the spelling bee that you won in first grade?
Oh, no, you didn't.
Rock. R-O-K.
Yeah, so what's your point?
R-O-C-K.
Well, the C is silent. Okay, all right. You got it. First grade through 12th grade all over again. I'll do each grade in 2 weeks, take the test, regraduate, and prove to you I am not an idiot. And then I get to take over Madison Hotels.
That's some idea. Did you just think of that?
Yeah, I did. It's pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Brian, don't you think the future of Madison Hotels and its 61,000 employees is too important to gamble on a game like this?
No.
You're on. Carl, you make the arrangements. You pass every grade before June 15th, and you take over instead of Eric. Have a nice weekend, son. You start school on Monday.
Give him hell, Bill. Nice try, ass wipe. But you're just delaying the inevitable. And Brian and Eric Carl leave Billy on the stairs alone as they all turn in for the night. A song begins to play. Culture Club's I Tumble For You. The free spirit that is Billy Madison causes him to dance freely on the staircase as the music plays.
Dun, 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 dun. Downtown, we'll drown. We're in a never splendid showers. We got the new boy gender. I'll be your baby. I'll be your score. I'll run the gun for you and so much more. I tumble for you. 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 I tumble for you.
Billy continues to dance away into the night.
And scene.
Scene. Woo!
Well done. That was all.
Sign us up.
Sandler's great.
Oh, thank you.
It is. It's fantastic. I just stopped dead in the middle. I was like, dude. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to. Also, another scene with the Veronica Vaughn scene would have been great, too. Yeah, Veronica Vaughn. No, you didn't. Imagine if it did, though. No, I can't.
We got it on.
No, you didn't. But a friend of mine. I know from experience, dude. It's that damn Sasquatch man.
All right, that is great. What's next on the scene?
All right, our final scene up for the evening is Austin Powers, international spy of mystery, narrating. Well,
International man.
Did I say international spy? I said spy twice, didn't I?
You got Spy Who
Shagged Me. Yeah.
No, but this one is International Man of Mystery.
International Man of Mystery.
Yep.
I should have wrote that down on the script so I wouldn't screw it up every time I said it. So
it's all good.
It's all good.
Let's keep going.
So let's set the scene up here. So Dr. Evil has been frozen forever, and he gets unfrozen and decides that he wants to have a meeting with all of the villains at his special lair. So, and then he and Mustafa kind of get into it a little bit, and some shit goes down, and we'll see what happens there. So narrating and playing the role of Patty O'Brien is Keeping It Will. I will be playing Mustafa / Will Ferrell. And Dr. Evil will be played by Big Trouble Ben Bishop. He also has a line at the very end where he is playing the role of Frau Farbishina.
Right. Well, I can't do a Dr. Evil, so I got another idea for who I'm going to be because of what this movie is based on.
Okay.
So you'll see we'll see when we get to it. Let's get rolling.
All right. I like it. I like it.
I'm excited. Any questions, comments, or concerns before we begin?
No concerns. Let's roll.
Nope, nothing. Let's do this.
I'm questioning a lot, but let's
Most people do when
no
you come on the
concerns.
show and we get to this part.
No concerns.
All the way down to we've had somebody say, "Why are you trying to kill my career?
You're trying to get me canceled."
You're trying to get me canceled. Why am I getting canceled? I'm canceled. I'm canceled. That was Lady Frost verbatim.
Frost. We
she's
did
great.
dance a
She's
line
great.
that night. We did dance. There was line dancing happening at that point.
She played the role of Martin Lawrence in Nothing to Lose.
That was nothing to lose. Wow, what a choice. What a choice.
And she was phenomenal.
All right, let me see if I can one up her. Let me see.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Austin Powers, Keeping It Will, you ready?
I'm ready.
Big Trouble Ben Bishop, you ready?
Ready.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, scene.
Dr. Evil has just been unfrozen after 30 years and decides to hold an evil henchman meeting.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, welcome to my underground lair. It's been 30 years, but I'm back. Everything's gone perfect to plan except for one small flaw. Due to a technical error by my henchman Mustafa, complications arose in the unfreezing process.
Mustafa is terrified and sweaty, eyes darting left and right.
But my design was perfect.
Look what you did to Mr. Bigglesworth.
Mr. Bigglesworth is now hairless.
But Dr. Evil, we were unable to anticipate feline complications due to the reanimation process.
Silence.
Dr. Evil presses a button. Mustafa's chair tips back and he falls backwards into a pit.
Let this be a reminder to you all that this organization will not tolerate failure.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, let's get down to business. We've got a lot of work to do.
Someone help me. I'm still alive, but I'm very badly burned.
Some of you I know, and some of you I'm meeting for the first time.
Hello up there. Anyone? Can someone call an ambulance? I'm quite in a lot of pain.
Okay, you've all been gathered here to form my evil cabinet.
Dr. Evil picks up a red phone and begins to speak.
Yes, Mustafa? No, not dead. Burned. Badly. Yes. Right.
If somebody can open the retrieval hatch down here, I can get out. See? I designed this just by myself. And oh, hi. Good. I'm glad you found me. Listen, I'm very badly burned, so if you could just... You shot me!
Right, okay, moving on.
You shot me right in the arm. Why did...
Right. Let me go ahead around the table and introduce everyone. Frau Farbissina, founder of the militant ring of the Salvation Army. Random Task, a Korean evil henchman, evil handyman extraordinaire. Random Task, show him what you can do.
Random Task stands up, bows, and takes off his shoe and throws it. It knocks the head off a sculpture across the room.
Thank you, Random Task. Patty O'Brien, ex-Irish assassin, his trademark.
Around Patty O'Brien's wrist is a charm bracelet.
A superstitious man. He leaves a tiny keepsake on every victim he kills. Scotland Yard would love to get their hands on that piece of evidence.
Yes, they're always after me lucky charms. Everyone in the room tries to keep a straight face. What? Why does everyone laugh when I say that? They're after me lucky charms. What?
Oh boy. It's a television commercial with a little cartoon leprechaun, and all of the children are trying to chase him. Hey, leprechaun man, we want to get your lucky charms. Hee. Oh, and there's these little tiny bits of marshmallows just stuck right to the cereal so that when the kids eat them, they think, oh, this is candy. I'm having fun. Hee.
And sing. Dude, I had my dog jumping all over me when I was
That is amazing.
This is probably one of the more underrated scenes in this movie when he's down there. Oh, you're here. Thank you. Oh, no, you shot me.
Why? Why would you do this?
You shot me right in the arm.
I've designed it myself.
Everyone's after me like
Random.
Oh, these were great scenes. Great scenes.
These are good choices.
Goodness me. All right, Big Trouble Ben Bishop. Anything you want to let the followers know, where they can find you, the floor is yours.
Or you can find me at Big Trouble BB on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter. I put out all these dumb videos. I like to poke fun at the wrestling business. If you don't know by now, I am a professional wrestler, not a professional movie watcher, as I like rollerball. Other than that, Got a great podcast, the Meat Pop Express podcast. We're basically a parody of wrestling journalism because at the end of the day, wrestling journalism is a complete joke. But we make sure that we have fun. We have fun with it. Follow us there at the Meat Pop Express, myself, or at Meat Pop Express with myself and Nikki the Good. You can find us also on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, and hopefully sometime I'll be coming to a town near you. Down near you. So keep tabs on me, keep it positive, keep it trucking, and always keep the shades on because the sun never sets on a cool guy.
Wow.
I love it.
Wow. What now? Did you say what day the podcast comes out?
Our podcast, thank you for that. Our podcast comes out every Friday. It's about between 9 and 10 a.m. on YouTube, on 6 a.m. on Apple and Spotify.
Absolutely. All right, everybody check that out. I know I drive for work, so tomorrow I'm going to spend a lot of driving time just catch up on some podcasts. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. If you're a wrestling fan, you'll love it. You'll love it. We have fun. We don't do recaps. We don't do anything like that. We're just two guys who enjoy it, talk about what we like. We ignore what we don't like. How about that?
And then I got one more question real quick. I noticed you got a Meat Pop Express hat. Where could one buy something like that at?
DMs are open. I kind of stay off pro wrestling tees because they take too much of a cut. So DMs are open for anybody who wants merch. I got a ton of new merch. I got the Meat Pop Express shirts, the fresh new shirts. I also got my Big Trouble Ben Bishop official holiday T-shirts. They might still be available when this pod comes out. Not sure, but hey, if they are, you can get one. You can get one. Also for the Baltimore Orioles, but they got kicked out of the playoffs, and I have a show in Maryland this weekend, unfortunately, and I'm bringing them. So hopefully people still buy them.
Yeah, we're still hurting over the Orioles losing. Mrs. Ruckus and I. We went to the last game of their season.
So you guys are from Richmond.
Yeah, we're from Richmond. We were not fans previously, but I used to play baseball coming up, and Mrs. Ruckus really got into the playoffs last year. She's like, we're watching baseball from the start of the season this year, and I was like, cool. I've been wanting to watch baseball forever, but I never thought you wanted to. And we had a choice between the Orioles or the Nationals, and we're not watching the Nationals. So seeing what the Orioles did this year was absolutely spectacular. I took her for her birthday to the very last game of the season, and I think we invoked the bad luck on them because it was all downhill after that. But
it's a hell of a ballpark, Camden Yards. It's a hell of a. It's really nice. Not so much around the ballpark, but the ballpark itself.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you don't want to get too far outside of that realm.
No, you ain't go with enough people. Go with enough people. 15 to 20 people groups every time.
You should be good then.
Well, Ben Bishop, it was absolutely a pleasure having you on. Yes. One of our favorite guests by far. I can like the commentary and everything was fantastic. We cannot wait to have you back on, man.
Oh God, I would love to. I was going to say you better have me back on, and I'll pick an even better movie for you both.
Absolutely. Pick the movie, and then if you have any scenes that you'd like to do, just write them down and let me know, and we'll set it up. Absolutely.
Got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Big Trouble Ben Bishop.